Recording started?
રેકોર્ડિંગ તો સ્ટાર્ટ જ છે ક્યારથી.
ओके.
ઓકે.
कैमरा में देखने का है ना? मैं हमेशा भूल जाती हूँ.
ના ના, તમારે અહીંયા સામે જોવાનું છે.
સામે જોઈશ તો એવું લાગશે કે ક્યાંક બીજે જોવું છે. કેમેરામાં જ જોવાનું.
ને
હા,
મારે સુભાષ
બંનેને કેમેરામાં જ જોવાનું. તો જ એવું લાગે કે આપણે ફેસ ટુ ફેસ વાત કરી રહ્યા છે.
એક જણ બોલો.
લેપટોપના કેમેરામાં જોવાનું છે. તો એવું લાગે કે આપણે એકબીજા જોડે વાત કરી રહ્યા છે.
મને મને હમણાં તમને જોઈને જ વાત કરવાનું થાય, કેમ કે મારા સ્ક્રીન ઉપર અહીંયા છે, રાઈટ હેન્ડ
ભલે,
સાઈડમાં.
પણ તમારે કેમેરામાં જોઈને વાત કરવાની.
યાર આ ફાલતુગીરી. બરાબર.
જો ઉપર કેમેરા લાગેલો છે ને, આ દેખાય છે મારી આંગળી?
આઈ નો વન
હા.
સેકન્ડ.
હમ.
એક જ મિનિટ હા. એક એક 2 મિનિટ આપજે, હું વ્યૂ સેટ કરીને ચાલુ કરું છું. ચલો કઈ નહીં, મેં મારું વ્યૂ કાઢી નાખ્યું છે. ઓકે, સ્ટાર્ટ નાઉ. ગુડ મોર્નિંગ.
ગુડ મોર્નિંગ.
So we have a new guest here today. Her name is Shikha Mishra, and she is a tarot card reading expert. So, how are you, Shikha?
Hi, Jenish. I'm fine. Thank you for the introduction. And it is about not tarot, it is tarot,
Yeah.
T silent.
Okay.
And tarot, if we want to discuss tarot, I will say what means I've been into a tarot since 5 years, on and off. Okay, and it's like sometimes you have so much focus and then sometimes you lose the focus. It's like that. So whatever I've known a tarot is, for me tarot is a guidance tool.
Hmm.
Not a tool, but it's a divine guidance, which is given through like through us if we are a tarot reader. But the source is the divine beings. You can call them spirit guides, you can call them angels, you can call them God. It can come from anyone whom you consider as a part of your source, right? So
Okay.
we have different Ishta Devatas, right? So we can ask them, and through tarot is a kind of an interpretation to a normal terms through which we can deduct the answer.
Right.
So
So, do we have to do practice, or do we have to study first for, to become an expert or to learn this technique?
yes, we have to. We have to first have to start with the basics. Like there are so many decks. So there are mainly two, we can say, channels. Like mainly there are two division. One is a oracle reading, and the second one is the base, the tarot is. So oracle readings are something like it can be of any number of cards, 22, 25 to 40, 50 or 100, and it has messages given, which can be further elaborated in the booklet which is given. So it can be angel or oracle messages. It can be like if you take a god decks are also coming, Ganesh Ji decks, Mahakali decks. So many variety of decks are coming for the various gods as well. And there are certain philosophers based on that those decks are also there, like Carl Jung. So from that separate deck is also there. But the main deck, which is the most important deck from for which every tarot reader starts from, is a Rider Waite. Now Rider Waite contains 72 cards and 22 major arcana cards, and the rest of them are the minor arcana. So we have to first have a proper study each and every aspect of a particular card. If we are taking the cards, then each card needs to be studied. What is present in the card? What is depicted by each and every symbol which is present in a particular card? So all those depictions, symbolism, every color also indicate different kind of emotion. For example, white indicates just not purity in the simple terms, but it also indicates the connection with the divine being. It also indicates the innocence, and it also indicates the how clean things are, or it going to be, if it in what context the question is asked. So the color also represents many things. Like yellow also represent like joy, um, ultimate joy that you can feel. So different things needs to be combined and needs to be studied, and after that we can come to a conclusion that what reading or what answer is suggested from that card.
So all these predictions and whenever you suggest from the reading, those readings, are those 100% accurate? I mean, can
Uh,
you can check the past as well, or you can just predict the future? How this works?
it can do anything. It can check past. It can, it can also say what is going on in the current scenario. Also,
Mm-hmm.
it can indicate what could happen in the future.
Okay.
Accuracy is no one can. I will say it is not a prediction tool, and it is just not prediction tool. Some people use it as a prediction tool, but it is just kind of guidance, and guidance is based on the current energies regarding the scenario on which the question is asked. This involves two party whenever tarot reading happens. One is a tarot reader which is giving answer through tarot, and
Mhm.
one is a querent. The querent is the person who asks the question,
Okay.
who has a particular problem and comes to the tarot reader for their remedy. Whatever answer they are seeking, they will ask to a tarot reader. And
Okay.
depending on the card or depending on the answer which is coming up, and how it is, perceived, and how intuitively tarot reader is feeling, depending on that the answer will come. So coming back to your question, so no one can predict 100%, even in the astrology or even in, they are all in astrology, it's basically totally mathematics. So depending on those probabilities, the outcome will come in the, means it will happen, the outcome will occur in the future. Same goes with the tarot as well. And it is, I will say, it is also a probability, not the 100% surety. For example, if someone comes to me, or to comes to any tarot reader and ask that I want to work in this project, whether the project is successful or not, how that can be indicated. So now that question depends on who is working in the project, right? He is the sole owner, or he or she is the sole owner, or the someone else is also working, right? So that card which comes up is suppose is a negative card, right? And it indicates no, it is not going to work. So this will indicate the energies of the him or his as well, the person who's asking, also the energies of the people who are involved.
Okay.
So if the person works hard enough, right, if they want that question negative to be positive, then there are certain remedies also suggested that can be done, right? So that also we can help them, that if you change that and you completely transform, the answer to this question can be a positive as well. Sometimes we also help them to take certain things or not. Like also sometimes we ask, um, if we are not sure about the person, we also ask ourselves like whether we need to do a tarot reading for this particular specific person,
Hmm.
because this is all about the energy in the play,
Hmm.
right? If we are asking for the fees,
Hmm.
right, so that is also, we are not telling fees, we are telling energy exchange, because
Right.
here energy is getting exchange.
Hmm.
So we have to be very sure the person who's asking the energy, who's asking the question, has the energy with no negative intent.
Oh.
They can be in negative energy,
Hmm.
but their intentions needs to be really good or pure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because we are taking their name and while asking the question to the
Hmm.
cards
Hmm.
and to the universe, that please guide us through the cards, right? Whatever the answer is. The question is asked on the behalf of that person, and that person energies also comes into the play. Right.
Correct.
So we have to be very sure when we are taking the reading, that we are sure that the person is not having any devil or evil kind of intentions while asking the question. because
Right.
this impact not only the person, also the tarot reader and also the tarot cards.
Mhm.
So we have to be very sure about that as well. Sometimes we ask about whether we need to do reading for this person or not. If
Yeah.
you find it like very, we are not finding it, if you are having any hinges whether we
Yeah.
need to go forward with this reading or not.
Right. And do you guys also like an expert, tarot expert also provide us a remedy or just a suggestion, like, or
Yeah,
just a
we
prediction that this is the what we have gone through your readings, and these things or these rituals you have to follow in
yeah.
order to the cause the in order to cause the result whichever you want. So an expert also provides a suggestion or any action to perform.
Yes, we do. Actually, sometimes what happens, many a times, if it comes, right? For if it depends on the tarot reader, how the tarot reader wants to proceed. For example, the answer which is coming is in between or it is negative, and the question who is asking wants a positive result, and it is not sure negative, like no, the answer is not perfect, no, it is in between, or it is like it can be turned into a positive. Then
Hmm.
certain remedies are suggested in certain cases, that they need to do, they need to sit with the certain mindset.
Hmm.
So they need to do that, and they also need to work on their energies, right? Because the certain shift of the energies will create that shift in their surrounding as well, and that starts within us,
Hmm.
right? So certain remedies are given depending on their problems,
Hmm.
and also we work towards giving kind of a solution where the person can have a sense of a belief, right? Because we also take up the people who really have some kind of belief, not just in us but also tarot as in a faculty through
Hmm.
which they are getting the answers. So they need to have that belief. On the belief we are able to see whether the person will be able to receive the answers and will be able to follow through the remedies which are given to that person.
Okay.
So, right, so those remedies are given, answers are given. Also, you asked a question also that second question was what? Like you asked three things, right? Uh,
Yeah, so my main intention was to ask that do tarot expert provide a solution, like if any rituals you have to perform or to do it as in an action in
hmm.
order to make his things work, like
Yes,
if he has any
we
problem.
need to that also comes in intuitive wise, right? For
Yeah.
example, if I am depending if one person is taking the tarot.
Hmm.
Now there are several decks, as I said earlier, right?
Hmm.
Some are oracle decks, some are like that rider weight also have different kind of versions that are coming from. Some
Okay.
are giving the answers yes and no, and directly they are very direct. Now
Hmm.
if you want to have some certain kind of remedy or certain kind of things needs to be told to a querent, then
Hmm.
we can pick up the tarot, we can pick up the oracle messages as well, through which we can help them. It can be angel or it can be any god deck, or what else can be done in this situation. So
Hmm.
that card also helps us. Also sometimes intuitively something comes in the mind of the tarot reader that can also be suggested.
Hmm.
And this is a study, so each and every card, if we go in detail, it also indicates the certain aspects of health, career, relationship, and also in terms of the spirituality as well, depending on the which aspect the question is being asked. So depending on that, the remedy is also given side by side, that for which card what kind of remedy can be given. So yes, so
So one card, let's I just want to understand that if there is a one card, okay, and it has some meaning or it has something written over on the card, and
hmm,
you expert reads that card when someone picks up, okay,
hmm,
and you give the suggestion, and you say you predict the future and you say about the past as well, and
hmm.
so I wanted to understand like what exactly and how and who did this message of that message written on the card, who has been, I mean, who has invented that? If you can share
uh
something like in,
Actually,
like specifically why this number has this message.
So Rider Waite are the two people who are involved in the process of creating this.
Hmm.
If we go back to it, they are the one who has put it on pen and paper.
Hmm.
But it has been since 18th century. I'll say early 18th century through in Spain, or I'll say Italy, or
Hmm.
specifically I'll say the Europe or ancient Europe. So during that time this was in the practice, in the sense, in the fair fun fair, or in certain kind of people used to sit, and they used to have certain kind of papers, and through which they used to have this kind of indication and symbolism.
Hmm.
All those symbolism and everything was put on paper by Rider Waite, and through Rider Waite is the original deck which has been continuing. There are many decks before as well,
Hmm.
and those are used by through ancient Europe, but they were being passing on. But the one who has stood the test of the time is a Rider Waite.
Hmm.
So Paolo Smith, or there are two people who are involved in this. I don't remember the name. One is the lady, and the one is the person who has manufactured those decks. And the one who has put all those things is a one lady who has worked hard on this. I'm forgetting their names, but the Rider Waite is the original deck through which this tarot has been, and it is a classic one. Like you can say it's a Bible of tarot.
Okay.
So that's a one short book which contains every aspect of a tarot, every aspect of the human life, I will say. And every aspect are depicted in every role of the human can have. Like
Hmm.
from a pawn, a small soldier, to a emperor.
Right.
Everything is there in the tarot. So every role, every spirit is present in the tarot, which can be presented through the cards, and
Right.
all those values and all those beliefs
Hmm.
and kind of a spirit which is there are present in ourselves as well, part of
So
our personality as well.
you mentioned Bible over here,
Yeah.
right? So the source of tarot is Bible.
No. That was a idiom. Bible means like for us, a
Okay.
book which is a short like Gita. For our is Gita, right? For
Right.
Christianity, it's a Bible.
Hmm.
So for tarot, it is a Rider Waite.
So it's
Uh,
not a religion centric, like it
no,
is.
it has certain symbolism of Christianity.
Yes,
Uh,
that's
there are some, a pentacle is one of the suit of the card. Suit is like there are playing cards, right? We have four suit in the playing card. Same way, we have four suit in a tarot as well.
hmm.
So one of the suit is a symbolism which is used on one of the suit is a cup. That cup is a chalice. Chalice is the one which was used in the night of the supper, where no, it was a supper. I don't remember the name of the event, but the event was when it's a famous painting where Jesus Christ used to sit with people, and they have a it's Last Supper.
A
So
support.
he used to have one cup.
Hmm.
It's called chalices, where wine is served.
Hmm.
And also that's one incident also from where he can from small wine, or I'll say small um, things, he will convert into a large amount of wine.
Hmm.
And the is there on that picture, the famous picture which is there. So it is there on that table, the famous table which is of a Last Supper, in the painting which is present. That cup is also one of the suit of the playing cards.
Okay. Okay. Right. So how is your experience being an tarot card reader,
um
and
my
how long you have been practicing this?
I'll say I'm involved with the tarot. I practice since 5 years, but
Okay.
it is like on and off because I'm also doing job along with the tarot as well. So
Okay.
tarot was something which has I used to see the videos of the tarot, and used to get so much inspired by the tarot readers who used to give such a beautiful answer from the simple card which is coming on. And used to get fascinated, like how the cards had been predicted. I used to get fascinated by those tarot readers who used to give so much insights. And certain tarot reading is just it's so full of healing. Like if you listen to them, you feel like you're healing yourself. Like it's very comforting. So during that time, I also need the comforting. It was one of the tough time for me, and tarot helped me um, in a way that I can heal myself. I can, find a way from from those cards. So I was like, I also came in contact with a tarot reader who predicted and told me that I'll be a part of this profession down the line. Means I'll be a part of this. I'll call not profession, but it is kind of a divine path where you can help people with whatever intuitions or whatever answers are being coming through us. And so I'll just want to correct every time that it is always through us. It is not coming from us. It is coming through us. We are always channels. We are not the source. And if we are the source, then it will be very limited source, right? So we are just a channel.
Source
Source
is
is
infinite.
something, source is infinite. So I will never claim that the answers are coming from me. I will never claim, or I will never believe, or I don't have that concept that I am the source and I am the one who is giving the answers. No, the answers are coming from somewhere else. We are just the channel. So to be a channel, we need to be very transparent and honest, and also be very upfront to the person. We can use the different words, kind words, but we need to clearly communicate the message, what has been, given by the higher power.
So you have to perform any practices on a daily basis, to be in realm of tarot reading? Like anyone can come at any time, at the door, that I want to know about myself or my future or my past. So
We
you have
just
to
have
be
to
ready for that.
maintain.
So do you
No,
keep any practices or
we
restriction?
yeah, we can have a restriction of we need to be in a good mindset.
Hmm.
For example, if anyone can come at any time, but
Hmm.
we cannot take any time, any reading, right?
Okay.
We need to schedule it, right,
Schedule.
at a particular time or at a particular place,
Hmm.
or the time where I cannot be stressed, or at a time where the other person is not stressed, or because it is a time bound. We don't have unlimited time to just sit and do the prediction for all the people, right? We need to have a certain time duration during which during that which time interval this question will be asked and the answer will be given, right? And it has to be in a place where the other person also sits be there. Like right now we are talking, right? The same way the reading can also be done in this way as well. It can be done physically, it can be done online, it can also be done on a phone call,
Okay.
right? It also can be done through WhatsApp as well. You just say the message, and then at a time when I'm on that mindset, I will do the reading and I'll tell the answer, whatever is coming
So
on.
just mindset is required for you, or do you need some environment as well? Like, the
So
clean environment,
majorly,
or any
mm,
candles you have to light up or something like that?
yeah, if it is good, but it is not necessary, I
Not
will say.
necessary.
And also, each and every tarot reader is different.
Okay.
Every tarot reader is different. The same card can be predicted n number of times depending on the n number of readers. Not everyone can have a same intuition, right? The
Hmm.
answer can be yes and no. Yeah, that can be common. But the way it is being predicted, or the way things I can perceive and the other tarot reader perceives, is totally different and totally on the mind of that person. Also, for this, the practice which needs to be there, for which I believe, I also learned from the teachers, and many kind of teachers I've learned. But what I've learned is to be part of this field and to be a part of this occult occult profession, or I would
Practices.
say,
Yeah.
right? So in occult, I think main thing is intention.
Hmm.
But in any profession, it is like that. But for in this
True.
profession, your intention has to be really pure and really transparent and honest. Your
Yeah.
intention cannot go wrong. So as far as you have that kind of intention of helping people and be truthful to them, and having no other ill intention, like I just want to earn money, I just want to do this. No, that will not work out. Like, if that is your main primary motive, yes, you will be able to achieve that. But
Hmm.
for that, you need to have a complete, faithfulness and complete dedication for your profession. Also, for whoever the person comes to ask the question, the querent, um, a tarot reader needs to have a complete, empathy, or I'll say empathy, even if empathy is not necessary, but a truthfulness and the honesty needs to come on that part. And also the question who is asking, which I have already told before, the person who's asking is also needs to be having this kind of intention.
Hmm.
So without, other wrong kind of intention will not work out in this. So whoever doing the reading, uh, people say that we can do it. Everyone, I feel like everyone can be a tarot reader, every single person.
Mhm.
But as long as they maintain their sanity and their personality, their core character, uh, and their intentions. More than an intention, I'll say their essence of being. If my essence of being is very pure, then I can further go ahead with this. So whatever essence each one have, each one have, right? Each one of us have that, right? So, but many times what comes into play, sometimes people can become greedy, right? Sometimes people are like, if they know that person and that person comes, their personal agenda also comes into it,
Right.
right? And through that also a reading can be, manipulated, or reading can occur in a different time, right? Because you have different kind of intentions.
Right.
So that will not work out,
Hmm.
and it will not go on a long way. So for me, I feel like everyone can do it unless until they maintain that thing, which I feel is easy for some people, and it is not easy. It's very difficult for some people. So being fake, being negative, and being selfish, like selfish for your own thing, it will not work out. For example, if someone is asking something very dearly to them and the answer is not good, right? And that person is someone close to you, right? Or your friend or anyone relative, you need to be truthful to them. You can't sugarcoat it and say yes if the answer is no. Down the line, it will spoil your own, I will say, your own intuition, it will spoil. Because
So
I feel like intuition will only work and will always work when you are truthful, right? So
it's similar like occult practices, as you mentioned earlier, that your intention should be very clear and pure, then only it will work, or it can damage, or it can be
it will
dangerous
damage.
and damage.
It
Yeah,
can. It's not can or may. It
it
will.
will, it will,
It
yes.
will, and it will means it definitely.
Right.
So that definite action will happen, and this is not in the case of just tarot. It can be astrology, numerology, any study you do, because this is very pure things.
Hmm.
Why we are doing this? We are doing this to help people, to guide people, right?
Right.
These are the thing which, if you also study, if anyone else also study, they will try to improve their own life situations,
Hmm.
right? They will start with that, right? That, like, they will start doing that as well, and also they will start helping other people as well,
Right.
right? So main intention of this has to be helping people,
And
and along way you maintain your own career with this. So but we don't have to forget that why we are doing this, because certain astrologers, certain tarot readers have become so, um, they are all about money, and because of that they have spoiled the name of this profession as well. Like, ये तो बाबा जी बन गई है, और ये ऐसा करेगी. And some people are not open with women being, in some families it's not even accepted that you are wearing this kind of bracelet, and you have become the babaji, and you are giving all kind of gyan, the person is being transformed.
you're representing like a monk in that way.
Right. And I'm not a monk. I'm not representing monk. Like, it was initially, it was difficult for my parents also to accept, because they are the people who don't believe in astrology, they don't believe in tarot, they don't believe in all this
Hmm.
those stuff. They believe in science, they believe in a god, of course, but they don't believe in this kind of things. But I do believe, because I think this has been passed on me from my grandfather, my father's father. He was a very good astrologer.
Yeah.
So I think somewhere down the line, it has been, it's been given to me, and it is, I think it is in my blood. So down the line, I'll venture into astrology, but astrology is so deep that you have to be fully committed to it. Fully committed to that profession. Then you can give 100% justice to it. So it is very vast, and I think for 5 to 6 years into an astrologer, into astrology, you can have a good sense of knowledge,
Hmm.
because I think it is more, half knowledge is more dangerous than have a knowledge and then you pass on to someone else, right? So it's huge. Astrology is huge, and um so down the line, that has to be interlinked. Like this occult field is like, these things are working in the alignment: tarot, astrology, numerology, and vastu. All those things kind of are there. So I'm slowly and gradually, I feel like first I have to know this, and know this to a level that where I can see that I can answer any kind of question which is coming from, or any kind of reading that is being put out, right? So yeah. So, and also, there is no one set rule that you have to do reading in this way only.
Yeah.
Like, there are three spread card, like 1, 2, 3. So past, present, future. That way you predict. Or there are kind of, you have to put cards in a certain manner and then you can have an answer. No, no, it is not like that. You can have I will say you can have that. You can have your own kind of readings. You can develop your own kind of way you need to give an answer, right? So it can be, it can be anything. It can be how you're arranging it, or how you are doing it, and how you're getting the results as well. So it is all about, I'll say, how it is coming from inside. So if
Yeah.
that's how I want to play. There is no logic. I will not able to put it into a logic, like 1 plus 1 is 2 or something. That does not work out. Sometimes it is what it is, and it comes out inside of us, and then you have to put it out.
Hmm. So, is it possible to call the spirits and talk with them through tarot card reading?
Yeah, we don't call spirits actually.
Hmm.
We just have we acknowledge their presence, not just spirits. You can have your own gods. You believe in Ishta Devata. You make them, I will say, um, what to call Shakshi in English, like the
Observer,
huh?
a witness,
Yeah, a kind of a witness,
witness.
that this reading is happening.
Hmm.
You give me the guidance, right? And be a witness, so that I can give a correct, or the answer which is correct, and which is right for the person in the situation. Because the whenever the tarot reading is done, it is just not for the well-being of the question which is being asked from the person perspective. It is always about the universe also in the whole play. So
Hmm.
it's just not about the person is asking the question about that married life. So it is not just about that person. The person whom he or she is being married to, that person's energies also get involved in. Okay, because that relationship involves two people, right? So it will have the win-win situation for everyone that are included, right? It does not work in win-lose or lose-win, right? Person is asking something, so it is always about the person's presence, but also not harming or at the cost of the other person.
Hmm.
You're understanding? That's what I'm saying, that it
Yes.
does not have to be evil, or it does not have to be selfish while asking the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah,
So it is not like we are calling the spirits, but we are calling them to witness the whatever is happening. And it is just not spirits. We are calling angels. We are also calling our gods
hmm.
to be the witness, or to provide the answer, whatever it is coming through, whether we are saying it right or not. So have a full faith in us, so that we can give justice to whatever being asked to us.
Hmm. what was your like first experience when you have done a tarot reading for someone else? Like, someone has asked that, can you please help me? I'm suffering through this, or I want to get healed, or he's looking for any answers. So do you remember your first experience something, and what was it like? How, and after reading, what was his experience? Has he or she any shared experience with you?
Actually, I had first a tarot reading during the session only. So it was very good, and but I will not say that was a professionally done, because initially you need to perform it as in um, practicing on the people you know, right? Like your relatives, your friends, or something
Mm.
like that, and which is very casual kind of thing, right? Like you said something, someone asked you, and you tell them that this is the answer, right? So I'll say when I started with the proper, like a proper tarot that I remember. I did it for one person. Um, she like he's my friend actually. Today is his birthday. I have to wish him.
Wow.
Thank God I remembered. So he asked me about something related to his house. Okay, so I answered him something, and down the line, like after a month or so, and he messaged me, right? Whatever you said is correct. Like whatever you said, that this kind of thing will be there, and this is whatever the question was asked and whatever the answer was given was completely correct. So I was very delighted, like
Great.
whatever is being asked to, and I was able to give the answer, and I was able to help that person, get that conviction. Okay, that will happen in the future.
And how does this help in spiritual journey? As you have mentioned
To
earlier,
be
like,
what my the one person whom I had a tarot reading with, she's not my mentor, but she told me that if I want to pursue, because down the line, everyone, I don't know about everyone, but my ultimate goal is a moksha or nirvana. I want to achieve that down the line in this birth or the next birth, or maybe I am there on since many
what
lives.
exactly is moksha or nirvana? I mean, can you elaborate in words if you have something?
For me, I don't know about the general definition. I'm not going by that, but for me, it will be like not taking birth, okay, on this planet
Okay.
or anywhere else. And whatever my soul gets submerged to the higher power or the higher consciousness. So my consciousness submerged into a higher consciousness. There is no existence of mine. And I don't want to exist apart from the higher consciousness. That's what my aim is. So whatever resides in this
How
body,
will we know that this is my last or this is my first, or
I feel like people know. That's how they become sadhu, or that that becomes a powerful being. For if I feel like that is a staircase, that whatever knowledge or whatever I've studied from, or whatever I've whatever knowledge I've gathered from my father, or from books I read, from people around, or from the sadhus, or from the podcasts, I get to understand that so many levels that we have. Like,
isn't that obvious that they are being monks, or they walk on a monk's path or another spiritual path? Isn't that obvious because of the environment they are in? So, and because of that environment, those thoughts are coming in the mind, and according to those thoughts, they are living the life. So one individual who is born and raised up in Western country, he don't have the access of the moksha or liberation. He is not aware about this thing, right? Their lifestyle or their
but I
uh,
feel like if you are on this path, the next birth will be in the place where you have the easy access to it or hard access to it. That's how your test is. My answer is not complete to what you have asked previously, right? Nirvana and moksha, what you were asking. So for me, it is a zero consciousness, and you are asked that how you will know. I feel like people know it. Okay,
okay.
because that's how they slowly progress. It's not a one day journey. It's journey of the, I think it's of centuries. I feel like through centuries we evolve, and then we submerge, because we are not like there is Brahma inside of me, or there is Vishnu inside me, or there is Shiva inside of me, or Durga, Kali, whoever it is there is inside of me, right? But I don't want to exist in this body. I want to submerge in whatever entity it is higher up. Okay. So whatever dimension it exists on, I want to reach that dimension. And to reach that dimension, we have to pass on being that beings. Like we on this earth, it is monk, right? And then from monk, it reaches to a place where they become ancestors, right? Certain ancestors are being, you know, prayed, right? And after that, they become another being, like they become a devs, and then they become like Brahmalok comes, Vaikunt comes, and then like Shivlok, I think Shivlok, like that lok comes, right? And
Hmm.
then there is a Parabrahm, right? Which is the ultimate. So for each and every lok, we have to be a different beings, right? And that beings requires a different kind of journey,
Hmm.
right? And that different kind of journey requires a different kind of preparation, a different kind of a being which can go on through those journeys. So someone might, who predicted for me, told me that if you want to go on this journey, you need to have a karma balance. Your karmic account needs to be balanced, or your karma needs to get dissolved. So one of this, through tarot also we can help dissolve our own karmas. Like we can help people, we can exchange the energy through whatever money we get, right?
Hmm.
Through whatever for our survival. But the guidance which goes, it is the guidance, sometimes it is priceless, right? Sometimes it saves someone's life, and there is no money for it, there is no energy exchange that can happen. So it purely goes to um your karmic account, that you are helping these people, right? So it is somewhere helps to unload those loads, right? From your, so this is also one of the way. So that also inspired me, or also I like to help people. So that is also one of the things where, you know,
So
I
here
personally
is
believe.
one point which you have mentioned about the karmic account. We'll
Hmm.
come to that, but before that, I have one interesting question, that how do we, you know, how does this work if you are not exchanging any, let's say there is one of the there are dear ones and near ones to you, and they come and they say that, please do tarot reading for me, and but I will not able to pay you, or in that way.
It will
So
not work out. Some energy exchange has to happen.
okay, and
Whatever
that
guidance is
energy
given,
action should be what? It
there
should
are
be
two
just.
things. See, there are two things that works out in this play. Sometimes, whenever you go to a seminar, you
Hmm.
paid 5,000 for that, and there is a seminar for which you have paid 50,000. There are higher things at stake at 50,000, right? And it demands a higher level of transformation also from you, not just the money wise, but also the kind of content that comes from which demands that kind of money, right? So sometimes advices given freely are not heeded. They are being, like, who cares?
So what exchange should be? Should be
So
just money, or something else is also can be
mainly
worth.
money, because other kind of exchange does not work out mainly.
Hmm.
So money is one of the thing that works out very,
It is
everyone
fair
has
for both
it.
sides.
Huh. Everyone has it. Like even if it does not have to be, too much money, even you can have it charged less as well, depending on the situation or whatever is arising. But what happens in here is, the money is a thing which is easily being given, right? If you have other things in the mind, that need to be sure of that, whether you're giving, whether it's helpful or not, right? All those aspects comes into it. So to make it easy, uh, for energy exchange, money is being, is a thing which is used as an energy exchange. And also, through which many of the tarot readers can have their own life running. Like some of the people are running on their running their lives, running their houses on this money,
Okay.
right? So for their survival also, then they will have a money is the only thing that they can do their own survival, right? So yeah.
So you mentioned karmic account, and you
Hmm.
said that you can heal, or you can clear the karmic account through tarot card reading. That's
Yeah,
how I
it
understood.
can decrease
So
it.
I have a two question here. So one is, what is karma, or you say the karmic account, it is
Hmm.
done, or it is form comes from the karma. So what is karma, and how you can exchange the karmic account through tarot card reading?
Um, come to define a karma, like
Yeah.
everyone, like there is a general definition as well. and everyone has their own definition as well. For me, the definition of the pure karma is right now what we are doing, right? Like what we are doing is also a karma, right? Now what happens? Every karma has a consequences, negative or a positive. But the main thing which works on a karma is depending your will and what kind of karma you are doing, right? For example, if I'm feeding birds, what kind of karma that would be termed as positive, right? Like it cannot be negative, right? Because we are feeding someone who is hungry, right? And we are feeding something which is helpful. Yeah, if I'm feeding them stones, of course, the same karma will become a negative. Right. So what I'm feeding, to whom I'm feeding, and what is my purpose to feed them?
But there
What
is
is my
one point
intention?
here that you said that your intentions are good
Hmm.
to feed the birds, but you don't have enough food for birds, but then your intentions are good, right? So how then the
If
karma will
my
be work?
intention is to feed them, right, then
Yeah.
I have to work hard to get food for them, right?
Still you cannot then
Then,
how this works?
then
I
I
I
will
just want to
inspire
understand.
people. I will inspire people to do that,
Okay.
right? Like I'll become a champion. I'll become volunteer to do that. Right?
Okay.
I will ask people who have the money will ask them to do the donation, whatever they can do. They don't have to be in lakhs. It can be 1 rupee, 2 rupee. Like it can be done by anyone, right? It doesn't have to be expensive, right? Because um, they are not the one who will defend that, demand that we need to have a lunch in five-star hotel, right? Birds will not demand that, right? For them, it is a basic food. So a basic food will not cost that much. Even if I don't have, I'll champion for it. Or if someone in my place who does not have that much money will do something to get something, because it also depends on your priorities as well. What is your priority? Your karma and your dharma will also revolve around your priorities,
Okay.
right? So of course in this also intention is good, but what actually you are doing it, right? And a certain times what happens, you do with a good intention, you did right thing, but it is not perceived as good.
Hmm.
That case also the karma will not become bad,
Okay.
but the person who perceives it might get, in a way that it is wrong, and the person down the line realizes that. For example, there are two friends, right? The person who brought something for someone, but the person does not like it, and the other person has not even specified that I don't like it, like this thing. So this kind of karma is does not become negative, because the kind of intention has gone and the effort has been put into it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it can have a negative result. That's what I'm trying to say. Of Karma fall can be anything,
Yeah.
enjoyable, not enjoyable. But the karma which we did needs to be, that is also, that only is a thing in our hand. What kind of intention we are doing it, what kind of way we are doing it. Okay, both the things matter. Like someone wants to feed someone, but the person does robbery and then feeds it. No. So that's where the way and the intention both has to be right, one whatever karma they are doing it. But yes, the karma fall is not in our hand, so that can be positive and negative. And also it can happen that a positive karma can have a negative fall. Um, that too at that point of time, but down the line it turns into a positive.
So intention should be clear. That's a key point over here for to accept
Intention
the
and the
karma.
way, both. I want to do good job and I want to donate the money, but the money which is being donated is a black money, then that will not work out. That's
Okay.
what happens in most of the cases.
Hmm.
People donate it, considering that it is turning into white. No.
So how does this relate now with the tarot card?
Um, with the tarot card, as I previously told, right? The intention is to help people, right? And whenever the reading is done, the mere thing is not just the money which is being exchanged. Some are the life advices which are related to a life, and it those are priceless. And when you do this kind of reading, that turns into a positive. karma, right? So it helps to unload your negative karma. It will not
So,
cancel out, of course,
okay.
but it will help you reserve more positive karmas. So it will help you build that larger bank of the positive things that you are doing
So
for
is
yourself
this for the
and for
tarot
others.
card reader or for the one for whom you are reading?
No, for the tarot card reader.
Okay, let's say
Person
I'm
who's
coming
giving
to
the
you.
advice.
I'm
Huh.
coming to you for tarot card reading, all right? And I'm like really going through the transformation in my life and having multiple,
If you follow the advices which are given by the tarot reader,
then my karma can be settled, right? I can settle my karma oh from
no,
the tarot
your
card reading.
karma will not be settled. You have to come into this field to get it settled. You are not
Achha,
helping people. Are you helping people? Are you giving advices to people? No, right? The
okay,
tarot reader is doing that. You
right.
asked me regarding the tarot reading, how it is there. So
Hmm.
in that tarot reading, tarot reader comes, right? The one who is giving the advices,
Okay, got
right?
it.
So in my field, I'm the one who is giving advices.
Hmm.
Reader, the querents are not a part of the field. They are I will say not the clients, not the customers, but the querents who are asking the question and getting their problem resolved. Of course, they are also getting help, right? To answer which they are getting into the tarot. If from that answer, their years of problem are getting cured, then what could be better way,
Hmm.
right? So yeah.
So according to you, when is your when you think that it will be your highest peak in tarot card reading, like you are a master now, or you can feel that I'm somewhere reaching, where I can predict or do it very instantly at any moment, any time, and you feel self very fulfilled, plus you see that your karma is also being being taken care, you are reaching to the moksha which you have mentioned. So what is that stage? When you think it will be that stage, or what is that point?
I don't know because we don't know the life, right?
Okay.
But I feel like just like I'm also an IT engineer, so in IT we have to go on learning till the end of the till end till how much I'm working, right? So till the end I have to study whatever new is coming up, right? So same in tarot, not nothing new comes up, but what happens? It's like when you read particular novels or when you go through a particular movies. First time you watch, it is a different kind of things you learn. Second time you watch, you learn certain other aspects of the film, right, or the book. Same with the tarot. You go through a basic course, then you have a master course, and then you have advanced course. This kind of courses are there, and they have much detailed level of understanding of it. So what happens? Certain line time you know what the card is for, and certain times you get to know the stories behind those cards, right? Certain time you need to you perceive that card differently, right? And like I will say, this is something like ongoing process. It's a never ending process. So I will not say that I have done everything or everything got settled or everything got perfect. No, this is ongoing cycle. So yeah, I'll feel good, right? Like whoever does that always feel good, because that I think that is one of the things that people do this, right? They feel good about themselves, or they also feel the good about the people for whom they are doing it. That they also, when we get when we get a messages or feedbacks, that whatever we have predicted or whatever we have guided them for is we through us, whatever guidance has come to them, it's perfect 100% right, or they are very they're able to update their life. So we become so much happy by listening all those things. Like in certain cases people got promotions, people got the lifestyle got updated. They because of certain situations, a long time the people are able to marry each other. So when this kind of thing happens and people come with that feedback and that happiness, but that is a priceless thing actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is like a uh, ongoing process of understanding, not understanding, understanding, not understanding, and then burst of joys which comes in between. And that burst of joys comes when the feedbacks we receive, whatever the reading is being done, right? So I will say it's a never ending and ongoing process. So I think end will come when I feel like that everything is being done from my side, or whatever I have come on this earth for this body, that is being done. And I think that's all decided, pre-decided, or I do believe in certain portion of fate, like birth, death, and also marriage is also, I feel like certain time marriage is also a part of a plan, divine plan. So certain things are like that. I will not be able to predict it, or not being able to say that you know. So
So,
yeah.
will like my last question will be like, what is the purpose of for you, the purpose of you for you to do a tarot card reading?
um Same that what I told you earlier, like to help people, um in a way where I see that just not to help people, it's also about myself. We
Hmm.
all search for ourselves in other things, right? So I feel like if I have a certain person who can help me in this situation and help me out, right, I will also seek that person, right? And if I am being that person for the other person, um why not, like why not? And I if I can give them that sense of sense of, I feel like there are certain questions or certain life problems where um, people feel alone, right? People feel hopeless, and people feel a sense of giving up, right? Total give up. I will not say hopelessness. Hopelessness is the last stage, I feel like. But certain people are at that stage as well. But um, so you feel like just giving up everything, right? So in that cases, what happens? You need to if you find someone who can give you a little bit of, like, I will give an example of, like, you are in forest and total darkness is there and you're not able to light it up, you're not able to find the stones as well, it has become so dark and you're not able to generate a fire. What if you were able to find those stones and able to generate a fire, or there is someone who can help you with the fire, and you can have, it's a cold chilly night and you can have a fire and you can, keep your body warm, that can survive you for a night, right? But in certain cases, that what happens in our life, like it's a total darkness, and then um not total darkness, but those aspects of life has given you that darkness inside of you, and you want, even if one flames comes it, and spreads its light, that one flame is also enough. And if I become that one flame during that moment, that dark cold night moment for that person, I think that cannot be better than anything else.
Yeah, that's
Because
beautiful.
at certain point of time I want also that. So down the line, my thing is, when I was growing up, I was looking out for the people. Like, I used to smile a lot when I used to see people, strangers or everything, and most of the times I don't used to get a smile back. So in college, same thing happened, and people used to make that you are very, too humble, and why you're giving smile, you should not smile. So I used to stop that. After certain years, I realized that I was that kid who expected smile from the people, from the elders. Then I made sure that I'll be the one person who will be always smiling, who will always smile back to the people, and will always specifically smile to the young girls and young boys. We don't have to be rude to show that, we are like, something. No, we can just smile, to feel that welcome. So I'll always be that stranger who smiles. So give smiling to the people, because I was that kid who was expecting that smile. So I've been on that side of the table through my life, and I feel like I'll be on that side of table as well in the various aspects of my life in the future as well. But if I'm on this side of the table, I want to do my best. Yeah. So whoever is on that side of the table will get their answers and help. So I know what it feels like. So I feel like I'll be one of those people who can give them what they want,
Yeah.
even though not their answers, but feelings, or that I will say that comfort or that warmth. which they are missing in the cold night, to help them sleep. I want to be that warmth. So yeah.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
will end this podcast today, and keep smiling. And I wish you all the best for your spiritual journey.
Thank you.
Keep smiling, keep spreading the warmth and comfort for everyone. Yeah.
Same to you. All the best, and I'll wish you that you also continue having such great podcast with a great guest, and also you have such a milestones, big milestone coming your way in your spiritual path. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.